As most of you are aware, Drake and Kendrick Lamar have one of the craziest rap beefs of all time going on right now. They've apparently had an ongoing feud for years, but finally now they're getting in the booth and recording some tracks against each other. The beef really started when Kendrick featured on Metro Boomin and Future's track Like That and sent a lot of shots to Drake and J. Cole. Drake then responded with push-ups, setting the tone and letting Kendrick know he wasn't backing down. Of course, while we were waiting, he did drop Tailor-Made Freestyle, which was kind of a joke using AI, rapping verses from the perspective of Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Finally, Kendrick did respond with Euphoria, which a lot of people felt like was better than anything Drake had dropped thus far. Kendrick then followed suit with Drake and dropped another song back-to-back, 616 in LA, copying Drake's very popular timestamp tracks on his album. Then, as of last night, while recording this, Drake dropped Family Matters. Definitely his most direct song and the hardest he's went at not just Kendrick but a bunch of other rappers including Rick Ross, A$AP Rocky, and a bunch of other people who have dissed him. But Kendrick was prepared and immediately dropped Meet the Grams, which is undoubtedly the hardest, most aggressive track throughout this whole beef. This video is going to be a lot of rappers and people just in the hip-hop industry reacting to these diss tracks, giving their opinions. It's going to be chronological since there has been a lot of different takes as the tracks have dropped. But before we do get into it, please comment down below your ranking of these tracks. We're not going to count all of them. Just for the sake of ranking, let's take the top 2 tracks from both of them and rank them. So rank in the comments Push-Ups, Euphoria, Family Matters, and Meet the Grams. Very interested to see what you guys think is the best track. And also comment below who you think is winning the beef right now. Without any further ado, let's get into how hip-hop feels about some of these diss tracks. Like I mentioned, this will be chronological, so we're going to get some of the early reactions to the diss tracks Push-Ups and Euphoria. There's going to be a lot of clips in this video, but also some tweets because this is a very fresh beef, so a lot of people haven't been able to do interviews. But this first clip is from Mace and Cameron's show It Is What It Is. This is immediately after the Push-Ups and Euphoria track dropped. It's them breaking down who they think is currently winning the battle.
How about that? That's a better question. Who's winning the battle to you right now?
Oh, man. Drake is definitely winning. From an MC standpoint, you know, it took a while for us to get the record from Kendrick, and when you wait a while, it gotta be like out of this world. I think if Kendrick dropped this record right after dropping Give Me 50, it would have been crazy.
Well, like immediate, not waiting.
If it was immediate, then it would have been crazy. But we waited.
Been a couple weeks. Been a few weeks.
Yeah, to get this. Pause.
I don't know, man.
What do you think?
I think Drake is winning. Euphoria didn't really, it didn't really move me. I'm not saying because you know why I'm expecting lyrics from Kendrick Lamar. It isn't like I'm not saying he's an lyricist, so you're expecting certain things. And song was kind of long. Took too long to came out. Pause. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just, if you actually,
it was a good record. It was a good record, but it was a good record that we waited a while for.
Next up, we got Charlemagne the God. He called into DJ Academic's stream and let him know how he was feeling as well after Kendrick dropped Euphoria in response to Push-Ups.
Phenomenal response to Push-Ups and to Tailor-Made. I really do, just because I like the way Kendrick approached it, because Kendrick is coming from a more healed perspective. And he's looking at Drake when he says to Drake, like, yo, I see the boy, but where's the man at? Like it's a psychological evaluation of where he thinks Drake is at in life. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not true, but I thought it was a good approach. You got to salute Drake. Drake has risen to every challenge that's been presented to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Meek tried to check his pen. He came right at Meek, get was charged up and back to back. Pusha came at him. He came with Duppy. Now, I felt like Duppy was more directed towards Kanye, but he still came. But then when freaking Pusha dropped Story of Adidon, or whatever, what was it called? What was that record called?
Story of Adidon, yeah.
Story of Adidon. Like, that was a nuclear weapon. It really was. When you think about that record, like, he stepped on Drake's Adidas rollout. So a multi-million-dollar Adidas deal didn't happen because of that record. Then he stepped on, Drake presenting his son the way he wanted to the world. So that was a nuclear bomb. And then Drake bowed out for whatever reason. He decided not to engage with that one. And I think he learned a lot from that battle that he's bringing into the Kendrick battle currently. And I like the fact that he's not backing down from the challenge, but you still got to remember that's Kendrick Lamar. See, I think that this generation don't respect Kendrick Lamar like they should, because Kendrick does it. He's about quality over quantity. Like, he takes his time in between albums. He's not putting out music every week. He's not dropping, you know, a feature with an artist, you know, every other month. Like, and being that he moves like an old school rap artist, I don't think people appreciate Kendrick the way that they should. And I think right now what Kendrick is reminding people is like, yo, I'm that guy, lyrically.
Next up, we got Gilly, who's a rapper and also known for his podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game. He gives his opinion immediately after Kendrick responds with Euphoria.
Just heard that Kendrick Lamar diss. I fuck with Kendrick, but that shit was going on the cob, man. You know what's crazy, man? The light-skinned niggas is winning, man. 3-0, man. Fucking Drake up 2-0. Motherfucking Chris Brown up 1-0. I just take me back. I remember in the motherfucking late 80s, the motherfucking light-skinned niggas ran everything up to the late 80s. Then motherfucking Nino Brown pistol whip every light-skinned nigga in motherfucking New Jack City. Then they had it bad all the way up to motherfucking Steph Curry and Chris Brown and Klay Thompson and Drake. And now them light-skinned niggas just doing what they want, man. Y'all even let Wallow light-skinned ass come home from jail after doing 7,300 fucking days and win. Light-skinned niggas just think they run the world, man. Dark-skinned niggas better step your game up, man. For real.
After Euphoria dropped, Rick Ross immediately hopped on Instagram. He's been loving this beef, trying his best to get himself involved, but he gives his opinion on Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. We all know how Rick Ross feels in this beef. Definitely not the biggest Drake fan, so check out what he has to say about that.
Boy, white boy, white boy. Crody, Crody, Crody. Do they even have Wi-Fi on that cargo plane? He may not even heard this yet, but look, white boy, I know we not friends, but let me give you this advice, because you ain't got nobody around you. Or you ain't got no real niggas around you. Let me just put it like that. Ain't no real niggas. Stop. Don't respond. Don't respond. You ain't even peeped when the intro came on with the Teddy Pendergrass. That was that black vibe. Don't do it. Don't go write a 8-minute verse that, I know, nigga, Yachty, I know you want to get that money. You ain't wrong, nigga. Keep buying them big houses, but I'm going to tell you this like a real nigga. Ain't no more BBLs. Ain't no more ass fillers. Ain't no more cheek fillers.
We got Cameron and Mace again, giving some critiques on Kendrick's Euphoria track and pointing out some lines which they find hypocritical.
Can I say
about
something?
real woman?
Yeah, that's a good point, Sinead. I heard all that too, but can I say something?
Yes.
And this is no diss. No diss whatsoever towards Kendrick Lamar. Not even a little bit, because I don't got time. I don't want to double back in my life. I'm in a good space. I don't want no problem. Kendrick Lamar's wife is half white. She's mad. She's
don't
light,
say that.
She's light-skinned.
Yeah, don't say that.
I'm saying, if you're accusing Drake, and I'm not taking sides, I'm just stating facts. If you're accusing Drake of being half white, and your wife, and you using all this black card, your wife is half white. So how you attacking the man about something you're dealing with? And I don't care about none sides. I'm just saying if you're gonna use the black card, if that's what we doing, I'm just saying.
Now you didn't. Cam is giving Drake ammo now.
No, this on the internet.
Yeah.
No, I ain't giving nobody no ammo. I don't want no problems, y'all. I'm in a good space in life.
Yeah,
I'm in a great
Cam
space
is
in
out
life.
here giving Drake ammo.
You knew that?
Yeah,
That he had a white wife?
Half white.
Or half white? I didn't know that.
I
confirmed,
knew
but
all the stuff on
You knew
both
that, though?
sides.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I just found this out like 2 days ago. I didn't know that.
I knew stuff on both sides.
And listen,
I ain't in it.
Yeah, and Kendrick Lamar, listen, that nigga is very entertainment and lyrical. And I think the reason why me and Mace, myself, yesterday, was holding him to a high standards because he's one of them niggas. He spits, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it was just a lot to digest for me, but when I was speaking to one of my friends and he's breaking it down, I'm like, I wouldn't have understood that anyway because I didn't know that's who he was talking about. It was like little in-between shit. So I guess the people that know everything that's going on, it's like, nah, you ain't get it. My bad.
While streaming, T-Pain was asked his stance in the beef, and he has a pretty funny response.
Drake or Kendrick, I choose to mind my fucking business. Shit ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't gonna hurt my pockets if I pick one or the other. Don't give a fuck. It's cool, like the sport of rap and shit is fine, but past that, I wonder what Drake did to get everybody so mad. Who gives a shit? He ain't do it to you. Keep moving. You gonna not go to work tomorrow to try to figure out what Drake did? No. You still gotta go to work. Go to fucking work. Listen to the songs. And not the AI ones. Those are fucking terrible. The fact that some people can't figure out, well, especially that K-Dot song was AI. Oh my God. Not only did it sound AI, but some of them bars was whack as shit. And if that was K-Dot, we would have had some kind of problem.
Charlamagne the God is back on The Breakfast Club, giving his opinion on some of the lines from Euphoria, and talks about how Kendrick approached the track differently.
It's a lot in that too. I mean, the sending a cease and desist for like that. You know, that he repurposed some Pusha T lines right there though. The whole sign to it, that sign to it nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we got a battle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
I like it a lot. Kendrick did repurpose a lot of things that we heard Pusha T say already. He repurposed, you know, what Ross has been saying, calling Drake a white boy. But I like the angle he took because Kendrick approached it as a healed, grown man. He's saying Drake hasn't grown as an artist or a man. When he says, "I know they call you the boy, but where's a man? Because I ain't seen him yet." Ooh, like the whole record, he's painting Drake as an artist who's all style, no substance. He even says it. You make music to pacify people, while I make music to electrify people.
Yeah. What I like was he was speaking on people writing for Drake. Beam is a producer and a songwriter. He also called out Drake for using AI DISS to diss him in the tailor-made freestyle. He had took shots at his son as well, but I ain't know if we had time.
I don't know if he
to
took
play
shots
that.
at his son.
I'm sorry. He took shots at his parenting.
Yeah,
we
got
time. Yeah.
See, that right there, that's just not raps. That's a psychological evaluation. You saying the man don't know nothing about being a real father. You don't teach your son to pray. You're not giving your son tools to walk through life. You're not teaching him morals, integrity, discipline. You're not teaching him to speak the truth and consider what God is considering.
Jesus.
Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, not shots at his son, shots at his parenting. I meant to say, yeah. But I mean, the song is fire. I mean, I know a lot of people argue that it's that it was late, but I don't know. I think that little 2 weeks was worth it. Like I know in today's time, everything is supposed to be microwavable and you know things like that, an instant. But I think if we going off the type of rapper that Kendrick is, then I think 2 weeks is all right.
Yeah, and I'm ready for more. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, Kendrick could go a lot deeper because, like I said earlier, you know, he did repurpose a lot of the same subject matter we've been hearing people say about Drake. Yeah. But I like the angle. I like him approaching it as a healed, grown man, basically telling Drake, you know, you need to grow up.
I think you also like because you like anybody going at anybody light skin too. So
it has nothing to do with it. By the way, he's not going at his light skin complexion. He's questioning Drake's blackness. When he said FUBU never been in your collection, you ain't never been for us by us. Like, so he's not just questioning his complexion. That's not just colorism. He's saying, I don't believe you really black. How many black features you gonna do before you feel black enough?
Yo, and then the for us by us line, the FUBU line. Yo, I got that on the third time I listened to it. Like,
first time you said you have Tommy Hilfiger in your collection, but no FUBU. Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? So I love it.
It's good. It wasn't just a rap. It was a psychological evaluation.
Yeah.
Like he's playing on what he believes to be Drake's insecurities. And if you're a person who leads with ego, if you're a narcissist, you hate being exposed. I don't know if Drake is any of those things. I don't know him like that, but it's a great angle to take.
Denzel Curry has been very active on Twitter during this beef, showing by this tweet he is definitely enjoying what's going on. This is pretty early on in the beef though. He then goes on to tweet, Cole definitely knew what was going to happen. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about J. Cole pulling out. Did he make the right decision, do you guys think, or should he have stayed in the beef? And another one, same day, Denzel Curry goes, I ain't gonna lie, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this battle. Gunna caught a straight line in Kendrick's Euphoria, and he hopped on Twitter to say this. After Euphoria dropped, J-Rock said that Drake got fried like a nice golden brown wing. Said he dropped him in grease for 6 minutes and 40 seconds, fried him. Obviously, J-Rock is a very close affiliate and friend of Kendrick. J-Rock, of course, being in TDE, Kendrick's old label, so it makes sense that he is on Team Kendrick. Another rapper, Lecrae, tweeted, Dear God, may I never have to get in a rap battle for someone to tell me the truth about myself. Send a friend or talking animal or something, please and thank you. Amen. Metro has been a big member of this beef as well. Drake absolutely clowning him in push-ups, telling him to go and play some drums. He can't really respond too much with music, but after Euphoria dropped, he just tweeted straight up laughing emojis. And right after that one, he did tweet a gif of someone playing drums, but rubbing it in Drake's face. pretty much claiming that he just got bodied on Euphoria. Next up, Peter Rosenberg from Hot 97 tweeted after Euphoria dropped, "The way Kendrick ends this song is almost unrespondable." Obviously that is not true because there has been plenty of responses so far. Another member of the hip hop community, for maybe not the best reasons, Suge Knight tweets, "Round 1 goes to Kendrick, but let's stop saying light-skinned people aren't black because the people think otherwise. Black is black. That creates division amongst ourselves and I ain't fucking with that." Alright, that is some reactions to Round 1 as people were calling it. Next up is reactions after both Meet the Grams and Family Matters dropped, the two most recent diss tracks from both of them. Again, we got Gilly. If you guys remember from the first part, he was saying Drake was up big time, and here is his reaction after Meet the Grams dropped. His demeanor has definitely changed.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that third diss. That third diss? Alright. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You're supposed to get disrespectful. A diss record is supposed to be dissing a motherfucker, saying some disrespectful shit. Alright. You know what I mean? Alright, the dark-skinned niggas coming back. Shout out to the brown skin and the dark skin niggas. They coming back. I heard you, Kendrick. Good job, nigga. Right.
We got Rick Ross again. Like I said, this dude loves the beef. And after Meet the Grams dropped, he had some very high praise for Kendrick Lamar with a pretty crazy comparison. Let me know what you think about this comparison down below.
See, if you really into this music shit, what I'm listening to right now, what Kendrick just released is, if you was a real Outkast fan, nigga, if you was a real Outkast fan and you ever wanted to know what 3000 would be like if he ever was in a battle, nigga, this is the closest you will ever get to Andre 3000, nigga, ever having to do a nigga dirty. It's Kendrick Lamar.
Vince Staples was on some type of panel earlier and got asked about his opinion on the beef. He has a pretty interesting answer. Let me know what you guys think about it.
Hey, who you think winning between Drake and Kendrick? It's going up on social media. Don't trip, I got your back, bro.
You don't want to know how I feel about that shit, bro.
All right, look, get with me after the...
You really want to know how I feel about that
how
shit?
You feel?
I want to know.
Yeah.
I think, so I'm signed to Universal, right?
Yeah.
I've been signed to Universal since I was 17. I haven't got a back end. That means when you turn in an album, they give you payment. I haven't got a back end since 2017, 18. So I done been on the same record label for 13 years, so to say. That record label just folded all of its independent labels and subsidiaries into each other, which means how we was kids, you got Rockefeller, you got Def Jam, you got all these things, none of them exist no more. They fired all the heads of the labels, and if they didn't, they turned them into glorified A&Rs. They cut off 50% of the people who work in all these departments. Most of those people is us, people of color that come from hip-hop and R&B and these other things, right? Then you got record labels opening up IPOs. You got record labels destroying their relationships with TikTok, Spotify, things that pay out artists because they want to start their own shit. So then we getting priced out of our contracts. We getting priced out of our imprints. There are no labels, basically, that are incentivized to sign black music, and it's happening in front of our eyes. And while Taylor Swift is fighting for people to be able to have streaming money, niggas is on the internet arguing with each other about some rap shit. So that's how I feel about it, honestly. Neighbors is on the
Language, Vince. Language.
About
Nah, I appreciate keeping it real.
So I think, personally, I think we better than that. I think we deserve better than that because we've been saying for decades that we want people to respect black music and black art and black people. And I think for that to happen, we got to respect ourselves. And they don't make it easy for us, but we got to try to work a little bit harder at that.
Yeah.
Immediately after the release of Family Matters, 50 Cent tweeted, "I told you guys leave him alone. Now he's spinning on all y'all. Everybody must die." Of course, Kendrick did drop like 20 minutes after, so don't know how he feels about that. O'Shea Jackson Jr., aka Ice Cube's son, tweeted, "Kendrick said in the beginning of Euphoria, I can even predict your angle. He knew Drake was going to talk about his family and made an entire record about Drake's family with individual verses. And before Drake dropped, Kendrick made a verse warning him that he got info. I told y'all that this dude had to have had a planned attack when he started a 2v1. This shit was a trap from the beginning. Dead this shit now, man. This motherfucker is the boogeyman. Denzel Curry is back again. This is after, obviously, Meet the Grams dropped, and he goes, this shit got super ugly real quick. Right after goes, honestly, this shit is sad as hell. What do you guys think about that? Are you guys enjoying it, or at this point, do you wish it would just end? Rapper Jaron Benton tweets, damn, now Kendrick's cooking again? Both these guys are punching below the belt, and I love it. I want to see blood. Nah, this shit's getting out of hand now. Y'all gotta fight. Ain't no friendship after this. They both went way too personal. Do you guys agree with this tweet? Do you think there's any chance they could be friends in the future? Do you think some of these shots are just way too far? No comeback from this. J-Rock tweets again. This is immediately after Family Matters dropped and said, kaboom! Shaking my head, nah, that shit was a dud. Pretty much in response to Drake saying he was gonna push the red button, dropped Family Matters, and was like, nah, that was not it, bro. Rapper Kyle tweets, nah, this is war. I like peace, but can't lie, this is awesome. Problem is a rapper and also a very close affiliate to Kendrick, and said he talked to Kendrick, aka Petty Pendergrass, last night. He said he's nowhere near done. You guys are in trouble. So apparently Kendrick has a lot more material to drop on Drake. If that is true, it's looking pretty bad. Then we have Smino tweeting, just bro, what the fuck, after Kendrick Lamar dropped. But that is all the reactions for right now, guys. Obviously, I'm sure we'll get a lot more in the future when, you know, rappers get to sit down and do some interviews, give their takes on that, but hopefully we get a few more tracks in this beef. Obviously, like I said, we've had 7 already, so I can't really see too many more being released by each one of them. But if they do, I definitely will make another video if you guys want, showing some more reactions to that. Regardless of who you support in this beef, I think everyone can agree this is a very, very entertaining time in the hip-hop space. And seeing 2 of the greatest rappers right now going at it is something a lot of people definitely needed and makes the rap game feel a lot more entertaining right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.